Alright you guys, what is up today? So what we got going on in this video is we're going to be doing a little bit of upgrades on the Subaru. So if you saw the last tuning video I did, I was trying to turn the boost up to 25 psi for running on ethanol. As some of you may know, which I knew at some point and just didn't really think about, these factory manifold absolute pressure sensors, they are a 2.5 bar sensor. So it's absolute pressure, so it's whatever boost pressure you're running in your car plus 14.7. So I think that's 22, 23 around there. So 25 psi is over what this sensor can accurately measure. When I was doing the polls, it would read max psi and it was doing a lot more psi than it was reading. So can't really tune it when it's doing all that. So what we got to do today is swap this sensor out for a new map sensor that can read a higher value. There's a company, I forget the name of it, I think it's like Omni or something. I think they're kind of discontinued now from the sounds of it, but they make a 4-bar map sensor that's the same dimensions as this like factory one, but I've heard they're not very good and they're kind of hit or miss as far as like if they actually work or not. So I decided to go with more tried and true method. It's going to take a little more modification on my point, but that's okay. So I went ahead and got an AEM 3.5 bar map sensor, so it'll read 50 psi absolute, and that came with a couple of things. And then I also went ahead and bought a receptacle, a map sensor receptacle from iWire, so I don't have to cut into the factory wiring harness. I can just use the adapter. That's what I'm going to be working on today. So I just need to kind of formulate an idea of how I'm going to mount this sensor here. I want to leave the boost pressure solenoid here, so it needs to mount in this area here. I just need to figure out how to integrate it with the rest of the stuff. I'm going to take this map sensor off and see what kind of room I have to work with. Oh, and if you're looking for a way to mount one of these Mac 3-port boost control solenoids, I sell these on my website, swspeedco.com, so go check those out. And then whatever mount I make today will also be for sale on the website. Alright, so looks like we got a decent amount of room to work with here. So I had previously 3D scanned that mounting bracket for the boost control solenoid and the manifold absolute pressure sensor. So I just designed the mount off of this. So this file already has the boost control solenoid mount and boost control solenoid on there. So it was easy to just design the map sensor mount off of this same file. So I quickly designed the map sensor in here and kind of put it where I want it to be. And then I designed a mount around it. It's a very simple mount, but it just uses this mounting hole right here. I'll put a heat set insert into the plastic, and then the angle matches so that it sits right underneath. There's like a little tab here. It's kind of hard to see on this scan. This little thing right here is a tab that sticks out, so it sits right underneath there. So if we look at just the mount, it's just a circle with a hex in there so that the sensor just slides into place, and it's a snug fit around the sensor that this will hold it in place on its own just with friction. So very simple mount design, but there's no reason to make it complicated if this is going to work. So now that we got the design done, let's get it printed. After a couple prototypes, this is the mount that I have come up with. I went ahead and got a 90-degree 1/8" NPT adapter to just kind of get that pointing in the right direction. And this is kind of neat. If you're using a 90, this needs to be put on before the 90. So when you tighten this 90 down, you can't pick the angle. So like, what if it's like tightened down like this? So this slides down and it can be rotated all the way around. So you can tighten your 90 all the way, put it in the location you want it to, and then position this where it needs to be and slide it on there and it'll lock it in place. And then you can mount this up in your engine bay. I can show you this installed in the car in a second, but what I need to do now is use this connector that came with the sensor, and I need to wire that into this connector I got from iWire. So I'm just gonna make like a small, like, I don't know, maybe 8-inch wire section between the two so that I can get those guys connected together. and have enough slack to connect those wires without having to like stretch anything. And to wire this, I just have some, these wires here are actually from some other AEM sensor that I had wired in the past, and I have lots of like leftover excess wire because I like to trim those down. So I'm just going to use those. These are 22 gauge. So since this is an AEM sensor, I'm assuming 22 gauge is going to be enough. The connectors are small, so it should work out fine. All right, so here's the finished adapter. This is specific to certain vehicles, but for this composite intake manifold cars, when it's plugged in, so the blue and black wire is the 5-volt power, the orange wire in the middle is the signal, and then the black and yellow wire is the ground. And that goes to this one, where different wire colors, but looking from the back, top left is ground, top right is the 5-volt power, and then the bottom one is the signal. So that'll plug in there, and I can route this behind and plug it into the top of the sensor. All right, so here's the final product. I think it mounted up really nicely. It looks good. It matches up with the boost controller mount and hardware. And this line didn't need to be lengthened from what it was. It just fits in there nicely. Plugged in, I routed the wire along the back side here and down, so everything looks nice and clean. Those mounts are available on my website at swspeedco.com, so you can click this shop link here and it'll take you to my website. You can order one for yourself if you're interested. So now that we finished the mount, we built the wiring harness, everything's installed. The only thing we have left to do is to make the changes on our tune so that the new sensor and the voltage readout in our ECU tune match up so that the output matches the actual PSI the sensor is measuring. So let me show you how to do that right now. So in order to make this sensor work with our car, we need to change the scalar values in our tune to match the new sensor. So let me show you how to do that. So we're going to open up ECU Flash here so that we can make our changes to our tune. You're going to open up your tune by clicking File, Open ROM, or coming down here and clicking whichever tune you want to update. So I got this tune opened. So if we scroll down here to manifold pressure sensor right here, this category, we're going to click on manifold pressure sensor scaling, and you'll have these values here, offset and multiplier. Those are your two scalar values. So these are for the factory 2.5 bar map sensor. For the AEM 3.5 bar map sensor, the values are going to be, for the offset is negative, let's see, equal to negative 6.344, and then for our multiplier we are going to do 12.687. Enter. And these are the values that I got from the forums, and they work. I don't know exactly how they figured it out, but this is what values have worked for me. And that's pretty much it. And then you just save your tune. And there you go. So now your boost pressure will read out properly on your data logger with your new 3.5 bar map sensor. So it's a pretty easy process. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please leave a like. If you have any questions for me, leave them down in the comments below. If you aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you know somebody who might like this video, please share it with them. Next week's video is going to be boost tuning, finally. So stay tuned for that video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.